Capecast.
Howdy folks, I'm Eric Williams and welcome to Capecast, the official webcast of the Cape Cod Times. And today we are going to bring you the best Super Bowl chili recipe ever. We're going to cook it up, even me a dunce can do this. One pot, a few ingredients, including a bottle of beer over here. You're going to wow your friends and the Super Bowl will be a triumph no matter if it's a lousy game. Now I call this monkey chili. No, not because it has a prehensile tail. We're talking monkey, M-O-N-K-E-E. You know, the Monkees, that singing group? Because this recipe comes right from Mike Nesmith, the guy with a hat in the Monkees. How it all happened and how I learned the recipe is a story that I'll share with you after I sear the meat. 3 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of pork. I'm going to use one pot for the whole thing. In we go. I've taken the extraordinary step of washing my hands before this. It's cool. It's cool. In it goes. That's a lot of beef right there. But the Super Bowl is a time of beef, when men and beef and beer get together. So you get it in there. Now I'm going to grab the pork. Oh, a little oinky deliciousness going in right now. Don't put the paper in. I am in a meat fog right now. A perfect time to talk about the raging debate within the chili community. Apparently the bean versus no bean chili argument has divided families and started several small wars in smaller states, we heard. In Texas, no beans. That's where this chili recipe comes from. Mike Nesmith grew up in Texas, and he's one of the traditionalists. The most labor-intensive part of this recipe is dealing with the garlic. Nesmith's recipe calls for 1 bulb, half minced, half whole. I'm going to put in 2 of these, but I'm going to show you a little trick on how to mince fast and we'll move right along. Maybe it's time to crack a beer. All right, I'm bulbing this one up and I'll get all the peely part off. I'm putting in 2 garlic things just because I can still hear Chef Don's voice about the garlic. Garlic, garlic.
When you see a recipe and you read how much garlic it says, double it. You're fine. It'll be great.
One of the little shortcuts I know about food, and I know nothing, is this sort of forky, mincy garlic thing where you go in with a fork like this. Look at that beautiful garlic. The smell is unbelievable. To me, garlic is a foodadisiac. Makes me want to make love to the food, which I guess is eat the food. Oh yeah, it's garlic time. Half of the minced stuff going right in. Oh, right into that bubbly place. Look at that. Oh, there's a whole one, but that's okay because we're putting in all his friends. He's not going to be lonely. Well, now I'm rolling these limes up so I can get the juice out easy. Maybe a good time to tell the story about how I got this recipe in the first place. January 26th, 2003, a day like any other day, except it was Super Bowl Sunday. I go over to my friend Dave's house. He's having a little party. It was a lousy Super Bowl. Oakland, Tampa Bay won, but who cares? But I walk in and I smelled this smell, and he was cooking this chili. And I sat there and ate little bowl after little bowl. Oh man, I didn't care about the game. I was in heaven. So I said, Dave, where'd you get this recipe? And he said, I got it from Nez. Nez, of course, is Mike Nesmith, Dave's brother-in-law, the monkey. So I said, Dave, what's the recipe? And for some reason, he had lost it. So it took me 2 years yapping at Dave, Dave chasing down Nesmith. I wrote an email to Nesmith. Nesmith never replied. Finally, 2 years later, Nesmith comes to Wellfleet to visit his mother-in-law. While he's there, he scrawls down the recipe on a Post-it note, which goes to Dave. Finally, Dave brings over the Post-it note and slaps it down on my kitchen table. It was like the Magna Carta of chili. And that led us to this delicious day today. And we're almost done. You know, just as Marlon Brando said in Last Tango in Paris, get the butter. Well, we've got it. A whole stick's going in right now, followed by a beer chaser. 2 of my favorite food groups. What would chili be without chili powder? And here's a 1/4 cup of America's finest, most expensive on special at the Christmas tree shop, chili powder. In it goes, adding that dark, debonair si senor to your chili. And we finish our work with a little cumin, 2 tablespoons. I always say, come on down, cumin. You're next in the pot. Oh man, fat and spices in a bubbly lava bed of joy. All right, that's been cooking for hours. Let's see what's going on down there in Texasville. Oh man, I added a little salt and pepper to taste and that brought it right up. Unbelievable warm meat envelopment, Texas style. Forget the beans and all the fancy stuff. All you need is the Monkee Chili Nesmith style. Have a good Super Bowl.
Yonder stands little Maggie with a drink glass in her hand. She's drinking away her troubles. She's courting another man. When I first saw little Maggie, she's sitting on the banks of the sea with a